What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video is my top 5 PvP flame based sets. These are, in my opinion, the best sets probably in PvP for flame damage and my personal preferences, and also the ones that I've heard are also the best. And also I do have a number 1 pick as well. So let's get straight into it. So we've got Shadow of the Red Mountain, which is an amazing set. This will do the number doesn't do it justice, the 1860 flame damage. That will hit super hard. So when you do damage with a weapon, you spawn a volcano that erupts after 1 second delay. It will just hit your enemy when you do damage with a weapon. So if you just hit it with a bow or any sort of weapon, it's going to proc and hit someone. It is dodgeable, but it's pretty quick and it does a hell of a lot of damage. A highly recommended set in PvP. I think it drops in Stonefall, so you can buy it or farm it. Nice and easy base game. So this is definitely a top 5 flame based PvP set for me. So we'll move on to the next one. Which is Flame Blossom. So Flame Blossom, again, is a very strong set. The disadvantage of it is that it only drops in Bloodroot Falls, which is a DLC dungeon, but it is well worth it. When you deal damage, you summon a line of flame that after 1 second deals a ton of flame damage in its path, also applying the burning status effect, which is very strong. It scales off your weapon and spell damage. Like I said, it's a bit of a tricky one to farm. It's a light armor set. The previous one, Shadow of the Red Mountain, was a medium armor set. This is light armor, but again, a very strong set. Like Shadow of the Red Mountain, it's more used for ganking because it does that immediate damage. It's not damage over time, it just does an instant damage, just like the Shadow of the Red Mountain. Definitely a top 5 damage set for flame in PvP. So we'll move on to the next one, which is the of course the Way of Fire, which is a heavy armor set. It is farmable in Craglorn, and you can also buy it in Guild Traders. Everyone uses this set. It's a very meta set. A lot of people complain it's very overpowered. It doesn't do it justice by what it says on the tooltip. When you deal damage with a weapon, you deal an additional nearly 600 flame damage. This can occur once every 2 seconds and scales off your weapon and spell damage. It's a constant sort of dot that keeps being applied very quickly, as it can be applied every 2 seconds when you do damage with a weapon. So it's any light attacks, heavy attacks, any weapon-based skills. It's just going to keep proccing, and it does a lot of pressure. So it's different to the 2 previous sets that are instant damage. This is instant damage, but it's more just like constant reapplying. And Way of Fire is a highly sought after set. Everyone loves using it. You can get it in Craglorn, like I said, farming, overland, or you can buy it in Guild Traders. An absolute top tier flame based PvP set. So we'll move to the next one. Which is Ashen Grip. I haven't actually personally used this set, but I know it is very strong in ganking. It is very similar to Flame Blossom. I think it's craftable, so again, super easy to obtain. So it's a good alternative to Flame Blossom if you haven't got the DLC and you want to get hold of a very powerful flame-based ganking flame damage set. Because like I said, it's craftable, so you can have it in light, medium or heavy. Probably ideally you're going to want it in medium or light. And when you deal martial melee damage, so you have to be close range, so it's not really any good on a bow, so it's more just two-handed or dual-wield abilities. You breathe fire in front of all your enemies and dealing flame damage, and it occurs every 4 seconds. It does hit super hard. Like I said, it's similar to Flame Blossom. I don't think it's as strong, but I could be wrong because I know a lot of people use this on ganking sets. A very strong set. And we'll move on to my number 1 set for flame-based damage. It doesn't actually deal flame-based damage, but I class it as a flame set because when you deal damage with a flame damage ability, it will proc the burning status effect on enemies, which is super strong, and then you get weapon and spell damage increased by 500. This can be farmed in City of Ash 1 or 2, normal or veteran, it doesn't matter. I'd recommend just to do City of Ash on normal. It's a very quick, easy dungeon. You can farm the set very fast, and it's a very, very powerful flame-based set for PvP. Probably my number one, I think, out of anything, as it just does. It's giving you nearly 630 weapon and spell damage, and there's not a lot of sets that go above that. Maybe Clever Alchemist or Nyx's Hound, but they've all got special proc conditions, like Clever Alchemist can only proc on a potion, so you're not going to have that constant uptime. You won't get constant uptime on this either, to be fair, but it is a very, very strong set. It's base game, easy to get hold of. Go farm it. So there you have it, guys. That's my top 5 PvP flame-based sets that I recommend. Some are for ganking, some can be used on the back bar, front bar, but give these sets a go if you haven't already, as they do a ton of damage, and combine them with other sets or even together, and you will do well in PvP. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you like the video. Drop it a like and sub to my channel if you enjoy the content. I've got plenty more builds and guides coming. So I'll see you in the next video.